Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Fucking freezing, isn't it?
Derwent Ward. That reminds me of when I was working with a spy.
Oh, you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
I need to do the intro, obviously. Hello and welcome to Quick Shot Reviews for Cheap Shot Entertainment, the dedicated movie channel for Cheap Shot Entertainment. I am your host Luke and you are the Cheap Shot Nation. I have Josh with me today. We have just been to see the film X, an Ari Aster film, an A24 film directed by Ty West.
It was directed by Ty West.
Which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to be directed by Ari Aster as it was thing. But, you know, that's kind of like when Tarantino was big.
Well, he wrote it as well, didn't he? And he produced it.
When Tarantino was big.
Yeah.
He used to lend his name to films and kind of didn't do much on the actual films. But yes, 2022 rather, release in the cinema. And like I say, we've just been to the Odeon cinema to watch this film. So
just a quick one. This video is not suitable for children because it was an 18 film and there was lots of adult stuff in it.
Yeah, so I mean, we're not going to show any pictures or anything like that, but bearing in mind the picture on your screen, or at least the thumbnail may have just given it away for you. But yes, these are our thoughts on the 2022 Ty West / Ari Aster A24 film. I'm guessing Ari Aster owns this film studio, owns A24. Which is The Connection. But if you want to know our thoughts, join us in the main part of the video. So, X is, fair to say, it's a horror movie. Slasher. Well, yeah, it's weird. Porno. Yeah, which is why it's not suitable for kids, obviously. It is called X, and that should give it away quite heavily. But it's set in 1979, where a group of young filmmakers set out to make an adult film in rural Texas. But when their reclusive elderly hosts catch them in the act, the cast find themselves fighting for their lives. That is the official description. I'd say that's pretty close to what they're doing. So the old couple let them live in the spare house, I suppose, on a farm. And they sort of hire that and sort of stay there to record this adult film. And takes about 45 minutes. The tension builds.
There's no deaths in it for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah, it takes a long while. Obviously, it's got definite roots with Texas Chainsaw.
I was thinking
in the way it's filmed. And obviously the way that it starts, which we're not going to ruin.
No, it is basically Texas Chainsaw without the chainsaw.
Yeah, and a little bit of The Visit.
The Visit? I don't know if I've seen that one.
M. Night Shyamalan.
No, I've not seen
with
that.
the elderly couple who were a bit nuts and wanted to kill people. But, yeah, I mean, I'm saying for the first... I mean... I'm very, very tired today, so I tried my hardest to stay awake for it because I found it really, really interesting for the first 45 minutes, and then it just started to pick up. And then there was everything happening all at once. And you're like, what's happening? Who's the killer? And then it's revealed. Not in the traditional sense, because it's about, 55 minutes in
there's
that
a
it's
bit at the
revealed.
start where it sort of nods to what it's going to be, but it doesn't really say this is what it is.
No, and
without spoiling anything.
And obviously the elderly couple played for the sympathy and all that kind of stuff, and the young people are hated by them because they're very religious, you know what I say. So, they don't want them to make this film because they don't believe that kind of stuff should be made. And that's basically the premise. But I quite enjoyed this. It's a slow burner. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as Midsummer, but
that was a very good film.
Yeah. Have you seen any Ari Aster films?
So I've seen Hereditary.
Yeah.
So that's a slow burner as
well.
Yeah,
it is a slow burner, but it did have, obviously, the start of Hereditary is quite full on, isn't it?
Yeah. And
then it slows down and then picks up and it has the big reveal. This is slow for 45 minutes, and I think that's probably my biggest nitpick with it. Nothing much happens.
I mean, if you don't want to see full frontal nudity, don't go and watch this film.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's that bit, and that's a bit of a nod to 80s horror films as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't pull any punches.
You don't
It is an
really
18.
see that anymore, do you?
No.
Stuff like what we just watched.
No, it is an 18 rated film, so
quite rightly so as well.
Expecting that to be a thing, but I quite enjoyed it. If you're a fan of horror movies, then it's definitely one.
Well, we are fans of horror movies, aren't we?
Definitely one to go and watch. It's not your traditional. I can't really put it in any real category for horror because it has many subgenres.
You can't really put it against anything else and say it's a film.
Yeah, there's lots of different elements to it. There's, like I say, the Texas Chainsaw. There's a lake with a boating lake with a jetty on it.
Yeah.
Reminded me a lot of Friday the 13th.
I got some Blackwater Abyss vibes from the water.
Yes, there is some animals involved in this film.
Are we allowed to say that?
I don't think anybody will have seen Blackwater Abyss apart from us.
No, I don't think anyone's what. I wouldn't recommend that film to
I
anyone.
pretty much think that was in desperation because we'd just come back to the cinema. But yeah, I mean, like I say, if you're a fan of Ari Aster, and who's the director again? T.I. West. Ty West. I wanted to call him Eli Drake, and that's a professional wrestler that was on NWA, now in WWE. But yeah, Ty West directed and wrote this film, and it was produced by A24 Studios. So
they put A24 in the title, don't they?
Yeah. So
is that so you're like, oh, it's A24?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And
they're big horror filmmakers, aren't they?
They're huge, yeah. They're on the level of Ghost House Productions.
Not as good as Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
Fantasy Island, Jesus Christ.
Blumhouse has fallen off the map because if you go, oh look, I've got a horror script, they'll probably buy it. But yeah, different. I'd give it a go.
No big name actors or actresses in it. They're all unnamed.
No big name actresses, which reminds me, I haven't actually told you who's in it. So the main cast got Mia Goth, you've got Jenna Ortega, Brittany Snow, Kid Cutley, is that what I say?
I don't know.
Cudi?
Probably.
Martin Henderson.
Kid Cudi, isn't he a rap artist?
He sounds like a rap artist.
No, I'm pretty sure he's a rap artist.
Owen Campbell, Stephen Ure, James...
That's the black man, isn't it?
Yeah. James Galen, Simon Prest, rather. Jeff Dolan. It's quite late. I'm struggling to read these names off my list. And Matthew J. Saville playing
We are
the
recording
officer.
this on location, by the way. We've not
And Brian Skillington as the store clerk. So it doesn't have a very big cast.
No.
It's
I think there's 10 people in the whole film, isn't there?
round about like a 7.5 on popular rating sites for
IMDb.
films, IMDb and Metacritic.
I probably won't give it a 7.5, maybe 7.
Yeah, well, I mean that's an average score, and I'd pretty much go with that. It's not a perfect movie by any means. Like I say, the slow burn.
If you want a kill fest, then this is the one to watch, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I
After the first 45
I wouldn't
minutes.
call it a kill fest by any means, but it's decent.
Yeah.
It's watchable.
Lots of titties.
Yeah, I mean that's we respect women, of course, but yeah, there's loads of titties in it,
And lots of men's bums.
and it went quiet anyway. Yeah, I mean it's the 70s, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's set in the 70s. It's the perfect setting for a film like this.
Yeah.
70s is when horror became big again.
It is.
So that's a good thing. Obviously, the porn industry was quite heavy as well. So I mean, you've got the moulding of two things.
I liked the director of the porn video, the way he wanted to do it. Am I allowed to say that?
What, do it?
No, Harry was saying, "Oh, I want this to be a proper film."
Yeah, he was delusional.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
it's like you're making a spank film, so make it a spank film.
Yeah, he was very delusional. Wanted to do it French art house
I
style.
won't go any more detail because if you want to watch it, then you're going to watch it. You don't want me
But
to
that plays a
ruin it.
very small part. In the
Oh
film.
yeah, that's why I mentioned it. It wasn't
That's
like massive.
a hugely small part, but yeah, there is some genuinely quite funny bits in this as well.
Yeah.
And I when I was watching the trailer and from what I was reading, it was billed as a horror comedy. It's not all the way through. It's not like
It's got funny bits in it.
Drag Me to Hell, for example.
Drag Me to Hell. Was that meant to be a comedy?
It was funny though. It's
was
funny.
funny.
It was a Sam Raimi film. It was done in the same style as Evil Dead. So
I like
yes,
Drag Me to Hell. It
yes,
was a low budget film.
It was meant to be just over the top, funny, scary. That's the way. But back to this film, X.
Sorry.
I would suggest that you go and see it.
If you're a
Give us-
horror film fan, go and
if
watch it.
you like horror films, then definitely go and watch this one. Give it a bit of time. Get through the first 45 minutes.
If you're
and you'll be-
squeamish, I wouldn't suggest this film.
It's quite disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
In parts. So
And if you don't like gratuitous, was that the right word? Nudity and stuff. Like, just stay away from it.
but yeah, I'd give this a recommendation.
Yeah, me
Definitely.
too.
I quite enjoyed it. Anyway, that is X 2022 Thai West film released by A24 Studios, of course, with Ari Aster involved. So, yeah, I'd give this one a watch.
Yeah.
And if you have been to see it, leave us a comment in the comments section. Join us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And of course, leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. Like I say, as warned, this is not for children. So if you are a children, don't watch this video. Bit late
Or
for that.
children, piss off.
Can't use that. It's already been used on another
Oh.
channel. But that does make me laugh a lot. Anyway, I've been Luke. I've been here with Josh.
Yep, bye-bye.
And we're currently sat outside a cinema at 11:30 on a Saturday night
Yeah.
to bring you this very review. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. You are the Cheap Shot Nation. Goodbye.
I'll have a quick break before we leave.
Hiya.